Hi there, I am Stacy Spangler and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be showing you my process for taking what I would say ugly art, or maybe art that you are not so crazy about, and repurposing it into some fun things and fun little projects. So thank you for joining me. We'll get started. So kind of how I started this process, I'm going to kind of be taking you through these little tags, kind of show you a process through making something like this. And I've got a couple of other ideas. I'm just starting off. I kind of got a pile here of just some old art. Some of this was experimentation. Some of it were pieces I was trying to do, but then they didn't really turn out where I liked them. So first thing I'm going to do is pull my stack of papers, and then I have just, I always say start with a limited pool of just pieces, and so you don't get overwhelmed. I just kind of pulled some different, I don't know what you would call it, just scraps of things. I collect pieces and papers. So I've got a couple of like some vintage paper here, some cardboard, some leftover ribbon scraps. This is a little piece of fabric. And here's another ribbon. And then I pulled just a few washi tapes. And so I'm just going to kind of limit myself to these supplies. You know, at the end I may pull some other things in, but this is kind of what my inspiration is from. And I have already cut up some papers here, but that will be your first step. It's just, you can hand cut your papers, or you can use I have a paper cutter here, which you might want to cut these more into a bookmark size. And I think I'll do some of both, just for the purpose of making some different things for this video. This might be a pretty, yeah, I like that. Bookmark size here. And then let's cut this into kind of like a tag size. Let's see, looks about half. I don't really worry about them being even because they're all going to work individually. Like if you were wanting to make a bunch of the same, you might want to be more careful about your measurements, but we'll start with that there. And then this is a piece I did, just a portrait that I really do not like. So I'm going to cut her. Just trying to see here. The fun part about being able to do this is it's a project. When I do these, I really try not to get out my paints. Like the art part's already done, and so I try to just piece things together either through collage or cutting, glue, adding in different elements with gel medium. But it's usually a project like when I'm in a crunch for time and I want to be creative, but I don't want to have to drag out all the mess. So the first little thing, when I was cutting up these papers, this one here, I really loved this art, even though I didn't really like it as a big piece of art, but when I started cutting it up, I just thought, oh, I just thought mini pieces of art. So this is just a little simple thing, and you know, you could, instead of gluing, you could stitch, but today I'm not going to drag down my sewing machine, so I'm just kind of going with the easy route. I'm going to use some glue here, and I have just a little piece of watercolor. These are those little watercolor trading cards. Anyway, so I just cut this down to kind of frame this. It's just its own little piece of art, and I have this cute little paper clips. I have these little paper clips and I never really do anything with them. So I thought, well, that would be cute. So I'm going to attach that to the top here. I may put a color on that. We'll see. I kind of like it just plain. That even there. And then I'm just going to put a word. I have stamped my word. A lot of times I write my words. You can print them out from a laser printer or even inkjet. I use an inkjet printer usually to print out my words if I'm using the computer for my lettering. And I put that word right there. I could do it over there. I think I kind of like it centered since my clip is centered. And there's just a cute little way to repurpose some art and use some supplies that you already have. What do you ask, what do I do with this? I don't know. I might include this with someone that orders a larger piece of my art. I might put it in a journal, give it as a little tag on to a gift. It's just a fun little easy way to repurpose your art and have something fun and creative. So that was kind of my first idea here. My second, I pulled this piece. I really like this card. Thinking I might do a tag with this. I want to do a bookmark for sure. And then I have another little, I want to do this as a gift for someone that had ordered some of my art. It's a collector of mine that I'm so very thankful for. So I wanted to make her a little special gift. And so I want to put a card onto this little, it's just a little placeholder. I think I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, but I thought those colors look pretty together. But I'm going to add just a little mini piece of art to this. So this is kind of have it in my head planned. I wanted to put a pumpkin on it since we are in the fall season as I'm making this video. So I'm just going to use some of this corrugated cardboard. And this is just actually a bunch of leftover paints that I had, and so I just took a credit card and like drug the paint. And I do that a lot of times with my leftover cardboard just so I have this to put my art in. And so I'm thinking I want to do a little, oh yeah, that looks cute. There or here? See, I don't know. And I'm going to use, I've already written out my verse here. That is an abbreviation of James 1:17. Every good gift is from above. And I just hand wrote this. I used a Uniball pen. This Signy Uniball. It's a Vision Elite. These are, I love these. You just get them at Walmart and they are smear proof. So they're great for writing checks and stuff. But they'll take the gel medium without smearing. So I'm going to put my lettering on here. And I probably will, since I am sending this to a customer, probably will end up stitching the edges of this card just to give it a nice finish look. I usually always, well, I shouldn't say always, because sometimes I don't, but I try to include little gifts when people order my original art, whether it's just something like this, just a little hand-created card, or maybe a sticker or something. I just a little something extra, because I do so appreciate my customers, collectors. They allow me to keep creating art. So can here, let's see here. Oh, that would be cute. Okay, let's do that. That would be cute little, instead of leaves or on the pumpkin, we'll do a little ribbon here. And we'll do that. And this is just a little, I don't know, I had this left over from I think it's like from Michael's or something. I don't have a Michael's where I live anymore, but I still have a big stockpile of stuff when I used to. I need an awl or something to be able to make a hole through here. Cut this a little bit better. Let's see. This is where recording live gets hard, right? Here's some scissors. Okay, let's try these. Poke a hole, put this through. There we go. Okay, that's ready to go. I was kind of trying to find something to ground this. I think I'll just leave it like this. I think maybe when I stitch the edges, it will look better. Trying to get a little bit more design on this background here. Okay, let that dry. I think I kind of like that on that side better. Okay, let's put this over here. And I did have a little bit of gold paint here. I'm just gonna get these edges, finish these edges off a little bit so that they are, put a little bit of gold on it. And I may go ahead and put some gold. This was just some leftover paint. I had just done some painting, so I had some leftover paint. So just utilizing that paint that I have left over, this gold paint, to just put a little border on this here. And then if I don't decide to stitch it, it just looks a little bit more finished. All right. I like that. Okay. Now, we'll put our little pumpkin down. Probably need to use some gel medium for this to make sure that it stays on there really good. And then I'll put this little pumpkin deal here. Let's poke a little hole. All right. So I've got that, and let's put our words on now. And y'all know, if you've watched any of my videos before, I don't really worry about trying to have these all. I just kind of do them wonky. Now, if it's your style to maybe have everything more symmetrical and lined up, go for it. Do your style. I try to let go of that perfectionism, because that's my hang up with creativity. If I try to make everything perfect, then I get frustrated and I won't even do it. So that is something I have learned for myself. It's just to create and have fun with it and embrace the imperfection. Okay, so as simple as that. And then I can put this in my cute little folder here. And write a little thank you on the back. And this will be my little thank you card to her. So there's just one little idea I've repurposed a painting that I did and just made something new from it that I can gift. So there's that one. So there's two ideas. Now, last idea, let's just kind of take a minute. I'll probably do my bookmark. I'll show you that on fast motion. Let's take a look at these here really quick. So these are just fun little tags. You could use them in your journal. I did do some stitching on here I stitched this little piece of paper. It's just some old paper, some washi tape. So let's take a look at making a tag similar to this. We're going to do a smaller one though. And let's see what we can do. haven't planned any of these ahead of time. I did have some general ideas in my head, but let's see here. I think I may want to sew a little border onto this tag, or a little accent here. I don't know, I kind of don't want to cover this up. Maybe I'll do it to the side where this white is. So I'm going to have to get my sewing machine out at some point. Yeah, that would be cute right there. So I can run a stitch there. And then let's see here. This is where I just kind of play with the pieces I have to try to get some ideas. Sometimes it doesn't work out and I go in a totally different direction, but I kind of was wanting to do the same little layered look with either a word or quote or something with some of this vintage paper. And I kind of like that. Kind of like these edges. That's kind of fun, especially if you're putting it into a journal. So, yeah. Let's just see here. We could do some tape. I'll end up gluing this. I just want to make sure I have it in position first. Kind of like this. That. Okay, and then I'll stitch this on. I don't know if I can kind of glue it first. Let's see if we can glue it down with some gel medium, and that way I know that it's on there good. And I can come back and stitch that later, just so y'all can kind of see what it's going to look like. There we go. Oops. My hole punch. I need stronger muscles or a sharper hole punch. That's not punching all the way through. This is a pretty heavy cardstock. I'm not sure what kind of paper I did this on, because like I said, it's old art. It's something I did a long time ago, but it feels like a thicker watercolor paper, but that's okay because we're going to put, oh, now that's cute. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I like that. So when I stitch, I can also stitch, I'll stitch all the way around this, so I will get this stitched on, and that will be just the little tag there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I love to do a scalloped edge. It's just kind of one of my things that I like to do. I do a lot of scallops in my art. It's just kind of one of my deals. So I'm going to cut the bottom scalloped like that. Go ahead and glue this paper on. And it'll have a stitch there too, which will be nice to kind of secure it a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to put this here with a word. I like it up here. So I'm going to put my word. I don't know what word yet I want to do. I don't know. I may just leave this blank, which is really cool. I'm just now noticing October 9th. That's my birthday. So that's pretty cool. I didn't do that. I didn't see that until I just put that there. So I may save this for my journal, and I can stick it in on an entry maybe for my birthday month. But I think I'm going to stop right there, and like I said, after this dries, this medium dries, I'll put my stitching on it, and then I'll come up and decide what I want to do with my word. But I really like the way this all ties together with the pops of color. The stitching will kind of fill some of this up. I won't stitch the scallops. I'll just leave that like it is. But I may actually, still got some of this gold here, add some of this gold paint to the edges of the scallop to kind of finish that off. And put some over here. Can't ever have too much bling, right? I love me some metallics and bling, so that just kind of fills that in. All right, so there's that little tag. So I've shown you 3 just different ways, fun ways. I'll be creating the bookmark later, but same kind of idea, just using, my recommendation would be just pull a small supply of, leftover art, pieces of paper, just some of your fun little supplies, and some glue and some tape. And it's a great little creative project that you can complete in a short amount of time, but allows to get those creative juices flowing and gives you some fun art that you can gift, use in your journals, or just add it on to something you already have. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these videos. Like always, I would really appreciate you sharing my YouTube channel with your creative friends. Be sure and subscribe. Give me a like button. I'd love to hear your comments. That all helps me out, and it helps me to provide more content for you. If you don't already, get my creative newsletter, Behind the Brush News. It's a place for creatives. I give you useful, relevant content. You can find the subscribe in the notes, and I'd love for you to join me monthly over at my online studio. Check me out at www.stacyspanglerart.com, and I'll see you next time.